Personally, I believe when Wes Christian was saying there's going to be a run up that's going to pell AMC and GME, I'm thinking it's GTII. What's up, my people? What's up? It's Council Diamonds checking in. Want to go over a couple things tonight. When it comes to Alpine's extension and the whole concept of having dates. We're gonna go over a couple things tonight. So let's get started. Alpine, criminals, justice system. Is the justice system supposed to help criminals or prosecute criminals? Guess it's who you are. But anyway, Alpine got an extension to, it says April 28th, I believe. Yes. So they got an extension. I'm not worried. That's another month. Dividend on the 15th. We're going to be straight. So the reason I believe they got the extension was probably because the whole legal team fell off. Whoever their lawyer was didn't even want to represent them. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know what kind of case is probably against these people, that their own lawyer pretty much fired themselves, took themselves off the case because they didn't want to be nowhere near Alpine. And look at Alpine. Hold on. So Alpine has a long list of extensions. Everything's getting a little fishy. It's the same judge almost every time that keeps giving them extensions. Okay, it's cool. Another date we're looking at. I'm in cruise mode. We got next week. We might get some news, or hopefully we get some news on 1-800 law firm. That's a catalyst. That puts money on the books. That is an acquisition that's very positive. Then we have the dividend on the 15th. We have upstream still coming out. So yeah, let them keep bleeding. Let them keep shorting. So I know they use this opportunity to continue to short us. Let's look at the chart. All right. So if you look at this, you can see, of course, the day the news came in, some people sold and we got shorted immediately. I think a lot of people probably sold, some, I wouldn't say weak hands, but people probably just didn't feel like, some people are exhausted of waiting, and some people just are date slaves. I call them date slaves, and I'm gonna get into that later. So anyway, came down, we bought it back up to that end of the day, and I knew today was gonna be a sell-off because the next day after getting news. Now tomorrow will be the day I really pay attention to price action, because if the stock is as strong as I believe it is, we should have a push up. I believe the bleeding is over. Look at that. Look how it ended the day. Look at all that volume that came up. So I'm believing that tomorrow we go up. This is Diamond Hands, Council Diamond Hands. It's prediction. Hey, it's my opinion. It's my prediction. It's not financial advice. Could be wrong or could be right. I'm just saying, I think we go up. It's Friday. I think the bleeding has stopped. I think all the scare hands are out, and I think we go back up. I think we hit up into the 190s, $2 ranges again. Will we go all the way up to almost 250? Nah. Well, I believe we coast into the $2 tomorrow. My prediction. Anyway, so let's talk about dates real quick. Let's talk about dates. Now, Diamond Hands Counselor, I've been saying April 1st. I'm coasting, I'm cruising to April 1st. What does that mean? Does it mean that I believe that GTI is going to have it squeezed on the 1st? No, I'm not saying that's going to happen. Could it happen? Yes. Did I say that we're going to have a big run up on the 1st? No. Did I say I was leaving the play after the 1st? Never. So what I mean by dates is dates are only tools to use as your as you're trading. See, what I say is I'm coasting and I'm selling to the first. That means I'm not paying attention to price action unless something crazy happens in between, which a lot of stuff did happen. So sometimes I did pay a little attention. But if there was no news between now and April 1st, when I first said it, I wouldn't even pay attention to the pricing. So now we got our extension. We got catalysts in between that extension. I'm in cruise mode again. Until another announcement happens, I'm not even paying attention to the price action. So this is just how I move, not financial advice. This is what I'm going to do going forward with this play. We got April 28th. Alpine is on the ropes. Alpine has no legal team right now. They have no legal team. Nobody wants to touch this thing. This thing is going to skyrocket. GTI is ready. With news like an extension and we couldn't go under $1, we're not going to 60 cents again. My prediction, we're not. So I believe we're safe. I believe we're playing we're doing it well right now. The stock, the leadership, the management is doing what they need to do for the shareholders and for the company by far. So I have no worries. I'm cruising. I'm selling like I always say. Let's talk about dates. So why I say dates are just a tool, because just like everything else on the stock market is a tool, the MACD, the RSI, all that's tools. Other things can happen that can fluctuate the stock. So let's take a look at TRKA. Okay, TRKA. Let's get to that. All right, here we go. So as you can see with TRKA, I made some money on the stock recently. Then I seen it get all the way down to the 19-20 cents. So I put some money in around over here, like maybe a couple weeks ago. Yeah, weeks ago I put money in. Now, was I looking for any dates? No. So look what happened on the 29th. Some news came out. GNS, I believe, is trying to acquire it. Boom. I was able to ride this 60%, I believe, move to the upside. And now look at it. It's coasting. This is people going off a little bit, but I believe it's going to push back up. Look at the volume at the end of the day. Boom. So dates are just a tool. Let's not become slave to dates. We don't want to become a slave to dates. Because when you become a slave to dates, you get disappointed. Dates are just tools. Dates are not all out be all. Dates are just they're ways to navigate the market. Okay, like earnings. If people think earnings is going to be high, they'll jump in. There's ways to play earnings. There's ways to do a lot of things. So this is just what I came up with tonight in the studio, and April 28th, another month. Hey, it's not financial advice, but I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to relax again. So this is Counselor Diamond Hands, and I'm going to check out for tonight. Remember, don't be a slave to dates. Dates are just a tool. We know what we hold. We hold wealth.